So the technique that I'm showing you is maybe not typical watercolor. I'm going to be doing a flower, and just to give you a little bit of a start, this is the original photograph that I took of a rose. Okay, it's a fairly monochromatic one-colored rose. I doubt that it will end up being like that, however, okay? I tend to be a very colorful painter. I like bright colors, so I will be injecting color into. So what I'm going to do is pre-wet the paper, okay, and I'm going to start on the back side because I've drawn with the watercolor pencil. If it was a graphite pencil, I would start wetting both sides equally, and I'm going to do it with my brush. I could be doing it with my sponge. I'm still letting the paper saturate, okay, so I keep. As it soaks into the paper, you'll see that the paper starts getting a little bit matte. It loses the shininess, but I have a ton of water sitting here, and I'm just going to keep sort of pulling it across the paper while it soaks it up. So part of why I want to show you this is that if you were doing something like a sky wash, you can use a lot of water on this wet surface, and this might give you an idea of the kind of thing where you could very easily get a beautiful graded sky. Okay. So all that fun stuff, as I'm just taking paint right out of the palette, and I'm going to carefully paint inside all those lines that I drew here, okay? So yeah, so we're going to carefully go in and make sure that, you know, we get everything inside the lines, you know, that nice drawing that I did. And let's see, we probably need some darker stuff in here and a little bit over there. And what I'm going to show you is that, oh, this would be a fun color up here. You got to start by making a mess so you got something to react to. Or as I like to put it, I create problems to have something to solve. Here's my thinking on this too, is that if you don't have a little something to react to, then there's nothing to react to, and you end up with just sort of a copy of the photograph, which I think is kind of boring. How I would describe this is I'm starting right off the bat by putting my mid-tones in. Okay, mid and mid-darks even, but at least my mid-tone. So that's kind of the big smeary mess that I'm starting with right off the bat, just blocking in some color. If you didn't have a drawing and you were working more like an oil painter, say a portrait or figure, you could take a big blocky brush or even a sponge and just block in the big value shapes and, you know, color and value shapes. Because now is where the fun begins. I'm going to start pulling stuff out of this and working it, okay? So again, this is where I say that it's kind of like carving. Come in here with a little deeper yellow, and I can also just continue to use, again, this is my technical painting term, the schmutz off of the palette, because the palette kind of dries up and it doesn't take a whole lot of water to make it be usable